Hi, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to do our Soma awakening technique. All right, it's very simple, and all you need to do is make sure you're either sitting up straight with your back straight or lying down on your back with a straight back. All right, and if you're sitting, make sure you're sitting in a place where you're not going to fall off and hurt yourself, okay? Be in a comfortable chair. So, very simple instructions for this technique. First step is to just correct your breathing. So make sure you're breathing diaphragmatically. So make sure that if you were to put your left hand on your belly, right hand on your chest, when you inhale through your nose, your hand on the belly rises first. That's right. And remember, your lungs are actually in your back, so you don't just stick out your belly. Imagine you're filling up your lungs like a cylinder and then into your chest on your inhale. So you're going to be breathing in when I say in, and you're going to be breathing out when I say out. Okay, to make it very simple for you, you're going to breathe in with a rhythm, okay? And you're going to breathe in with the rhythm of the music with a smooth inhale through your nose. And you're going to breathe out through your mouth with a slow and smooth, consistent exhale, but it's going to be in time with the rhythm of the music. So you'll hear me say in, and some rhythms you'll be hearing me go in, 2, or in, 2, 3, 4. And then when I say out, you're going to breathe out with a smooth, consistent exhale to the beat. So some exhales are going to be out, 2, 3, 4, or out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So different phases of this session have different rhythms. So you're going to be breathing in beats like this for several minutes. This prepares you for the next stage, which is the breath retention. In the breath retention phase, you're going to hear me say breathe in. So you're going to breathe in. Again, you breathe in through your nose, and then you breathe out with a full exhalation. And if you're sitting up, you just let your head drop forward, chin goes to your neck, and you completely relax in your chair. And you hold your breath now until you get that first big urge to breathe. When you get that first big urge to breathe, you can take a sip in through your nose and out through your mouth and hold it again. And if you find you can't hold your breath very long, because each track has quite a long time for your breath retention phase, but if you find your breath hold is very short, like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, then you can do more of these sips of air in and holding back out. However, as you progress through this, you're going to find that your breath retention time increases too. And you might find you're better to hold your breath for much longer, which means you won't need to do those sips. But then when you feel that really big, strong urge to breathe, you'll feel like this euphoric feeling, and you might get some tension and contractions in your abdomen and at the back of your spine. If you had a pulse oximeter, what you'd observe is that your oxygen saturation starts to drop below 90%. When it goes below 90%, that's when you're in the state of hypoxia. I don't want you to be dependent on this gadget. Maybe the first time if you use it, you can use it to match the measure on here with how you're feeling. But then I want you to be able to just feel when you're in this hypoxic state, all right? Then after that, you're going to take a deep inhalation through your nose. And you're going to contract up your pelvic floor muscles, or the muscles around your sphincter, which is called the Ashwini Mudra. You're going to breathe in, hold your breath in. That's right. And then you're going to hold it for about 5 to 10 seconds and release with a hum. Hum. And then you're going to repeat that hum several times until the next round. That's right. You might find actually that you can hold your breath on the inhale for even longer than 10 seconds. But to begin with, just do it for a short time. Then start to experiment as you go deeper into this session with actually extending your inhalation hold as well. But bear in mind that everyone's going to have a different capability to hold their breath. All right. So don't force yourself. Don't stress yourself. There's no competition here. You're only going by your own abilities. All right. And you're going to measure your progress as you go on throughout this quest. However, there's some few key points you want to remember. First one is the neck locks on the breath holds. All right. So if you're sitting up, you're going to do a neck lock. However, if you are lying down, you don't need to do any of these locks. Also, we're going to be breathing in a rhythm, and it's going to be smooth and consistent with no pause between inhale and the exhale. So when I say in, you breathe in. When I say out, you breathe out. And always breathe in through your nose, never ever in through your mouth. All right? So breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth in a smooth, consistent rhythm. And you don't need to count in your head because the counting is embedded in the music. So just follow along with the music. Let the music be your guide. And this will make sure your breath is always smooth and consistent. So go test out this technique now. I can't wait to see your results with it. You're going to have a great time. Peace.